Colby-Sawyer head coach Brett Sayre and Kelsey McCulley of Colby-Sawyer. They just lost in 3 sets to Clarkson in the Potsdam Regional. Coach Sayre, you guys came out with a lot of energy and really made Clarkson uncomfortable in the early going. What was your game plan to do that?
You know, we came in here, I'm pretty sure we talked about this all week, that we came in with probably the worst record in the whole NCAA tournament, and we had nothing to lose. You know, we knew we were going to face a #1 seed wherever we went, and so whoever we face, you know, we knew had more to lose than we did, so we came out with a vengeance. And you know, I thought, you know, Clarkson came out with a lot of composure after that, battled back, and they did a great job being, you know, they're ranked 18th in the country for a reason. So.
Kelsey, you guys won 5 straight conference titles, and obviously you've been a part of several of those. What has this experience been for you over the course of years? And obviously you guys have been here a couple times now, so there was some familiarity for that. But what's that like for you to have really contributed in helping to build a program where you guys are able to be considered the top team in your league every year?
It's a great feeling knowing that we can come out on top every year. We really worked hard this year for it. It wasn't easy, but I mean, we worked for it. It was great knowing how much we all had to contribute in order to get to this spot, and especially coming back here for the 3rd time. Yes, it was familiar, but it was also a comforting feeling, as in we know the gym, we know how this works. Let's get in and let's just give it our all.
Great. And Coach Sayre, just building for the future, again, you guys have won several titles in a row for the league, and obviously had a lot of good young players that we saw today. What do you think that you need to do for you guys to continue on and continue the dominance that you've had in your league?
I mean, it all comes down to recruiting. You know, I think we've been doing more recruiting this year. We have a great coaching staff. You know, we just got to continue to grow. I mean, we're very young this year. We're going to be young next year, and you know, I think our conference is getting stronger and stronger each year. You know, I love what coaches are doing up at Maine Maritime. It's, you know, they're putting the recruiting in, the effort in so much too. So it's good to see it, and I think that's pushing us too. That we understand that, you know, it's going to be competitive every year now, and you know, to get back here next year, we just got to continue to develop our players and then bring in more that are going to help us to contribute to get back to this point.
Okay. This was Colby-Sawyer head coach Brett Sayre and Kelsey McCulley. Thank you very much, and congratulations on winning your league and having another good season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are here with Clarkson head coach Johan Dulfer and senior setter Kirsty Shuri. The Golden Knights just defeated Colby-Sawyer in 3 straight sets in the Potsdam Regional. Coach Dulfer, you guys started off a little slow and required 2 timeouts in the first 17 points or so. What was it that was giving you so much trouble to start, and what did you do to right the ship?
I think that maybe Kirsty can talk to it a little bit, but a lot of it had to do with the phenomenal crowd we had tonight. We had a great warm-up. In fact, I thought we looked pretty impressive swinging, and we must have felt really good going into the match. But then to convert that into, you know, your first couple points, and if you miss the first and the second, then it becomes, the crowd is actually, you need to work your way into a match for the crowd to be helpful. And they were down the stretch for sure, but we just struggled for a little bit for a couple points. And let's be sure. Colby-Sawyer is not your typical 8 seed. I know their record. I know what it looks like from the surface. But from watching film and knowing how they played in their conference finals, and knowing that they've won it 5 years in a row, they're used to winning. They're used to this court, this facility. There's no nerves. They came ready to play, and we knew that they would. They're physical. They're strong. We just happened to win the serve-pass battle tonight. We served much more aggressively than we have in the past couple weekends, and they struggled with that, and out of system we were just a little better. But they're a good team when they're in system, and when you let them play, and we just did that the first 15 points before changing it up a little bit with some adjustments.
Kirsty, you were were able to really spread the ball around today more so than usual, especially relying on the middles. What was that? Was that something that you noticed from the early going? Maybe some things weren't working and you decided that you wanted to try and focus on the middles and Danielle Farabee and Rachel Aird.
Yeah, well, like Coach said, we got off to a rough start and we were mainly feeding outside, so I thought maybe mixing it up, and we had the pass there, so I figured why not feed them if they're doing well, mix it up.
And also, you were the key to one of the stronger runs that we had in the first set that really kind of changed the momentum of the game, going back to the service line and really putting a lot of pressure on Colby-Sawyer. What were you trying to do in that sense? Picking on anybody specifically, or just trying to mix it up so that they went from being comfortable to uncomfortable quickly? What was it that you were trying to do there?
I just tried to be aggressive from the service line, really go after it. I was just thinking I want this set, so just went after it.
Okay. Coach Dolfer, what are your thoughts about tomorrow when you guys will be taking on Ithaca, the 4 seed who beat Williams in 3 sets today?
We decided we're focusing on us this weekend. We want to go 1-0 3 times if we can help it, and so we'll start working on Ithaca tonight. I thought they played an outstanding match. That's a great team. They're going to bring a lot of energy. I think they'll expect to be successful because they've been very successful up to this point in the season, and we'll try to make them very uncomfortable like we did with Colby-Sawyer today. That they're a good team. They're well coached. It should be a great match tomorrow, and hopefully the crowd will be just as good as it was tonight, because that's a major help for us.
Okay. This was head coach Johan Dolfer and senior setter Christy Shurey from Clarkson University. They defeated Colby-Sawyer in 3 sets tonight to move on to the Potsdam Regional Semifinals, which will be played against Ithaca at 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Thanks.